Hey guys, Geek Hybrid here. I'm coming to you with a video talking about how easy it is to pose as an expert. Really in anything, but in trading specifically, it's very, very easy to pose yourself as an expert. And I'm going to go through the steps in how to pose. This is by no means condoning you to pose and act a fool online like a lot of these guys are doing, and post, random YouTube videos of you trading on your phone and all this stuff. Please don't do that. But I am going to go over how these guys fundamentally, there are variations, of course, it's not exact at all whatsoever, but there's some variations and some things that some basics that do need to be honored in order for you to effectively fool somebody. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is how to find the information, period. Of course, you can go on YouTube. That's the easy part, that'll be the irony of it. But the most effective way to do it is to buy a course. So you can even go to Udemy. You can go to Udemy and you can just purchase someone's course for like, $35 or something, or $100, whatever. And learn whatever, and you can even learn certain tactics. You can go to Udemy and there are some guys who are trading experts or what have you. They'll share their strategies and stuff, and, they'll talk about very specific things, and you can go to Udemy and buy a course. So that's one option. Now remember, this is casing or scouting the information. Okay, so the other thing you can do is you can read Amazon books. Right, so you can go to Amazon, and this is probably the cheapest way to do it. Well, the cheapest way is YouTube, but because it's free. But I think the quickest way, and cheapest way to do it is to do it through Amazon. Like you can go to Amazon and buy books for like $1, $5, $10, and I mean, you could just go through those books. I mean, I have so many trading books through Kindle. A lot of it I just kind of sift through. I'm just, because I'm constantly always learning, always, I just love to learn. So you can go to Amazon and just buy these books, and you could type in whatever you want. I mean, there's like all kinds of books talking about Elliott waves. There's books talking about candlesticks. There's books talking about support and resistance, talking about price action, so there's all kinds of content you can grab from Amazon, so that you can kind of obtain the basic knowledge of whatever you want to know, so you can, sell it to somebody else. The Amazon thing is actually an old tactic. This is an old tactic that was used back in the day when blogging was like the biggest thing in the world. So what you would do back then was you would, if you wanted to tap into a niche and you didn't know anything about the niche, you would just simply buy a few books about the niche, like training dogs or something. Like if you didn't know anything about training dogs, you just grabbed a few ebooks, maybe like 10 ebooks from Amazon, and you just kind of go through them, look for the prime information you want to know, and then you can kind of paraphrase, don't plagiarize, but just paraphrase whatever they're saying in their content on your blog. You just set up a blog, and then you start advertising it. You just start sending people to the blog, so you look like an authority. And you may even do YouTube videos, talking about this stuff or whatever the case is. And it's just as simple as that, So back in the day, in the whole blogging thing, and I say back in the day, I mean this was probably like, I don't know, 5 years ago or something. But that tells you how fast society is moving now. But maybe about 5, 6, 7 years ago, when blogging was like the thing. Now it's podcasting, but blogging was like, it was just crazy a few years ago because of affiliate marketing. So that's why this is an old tactic. So trading is a lot easier to do, than like training your dog because you need a dog if you're gonna film it on YouTube. But in trading, there's all kinds of stuff you can do that we're going to get into later. that, you know, where you can just get things kicked off, up and running. And you don't have to be a trader to sell this stuff. Just keep that in mind. I think the other best alternative is to actually buy a course from somebody. You know, if you have enough money, you could buy a really, really good course. I'm talking like, you know, $150, $200 course or something. You know, I mean, I'm not too thrilled about the $1,000 courses, but, you know, I mean, somewhere around $100 or something, 200. You know, usually those guys, their content is pretty extensive or whatever the case is. So, you know, you could grab from somewhere over there if you really want to get in depth about some things, and you can actually repeat their method on YouTube, because look, the fact is, whatever they're sharing with you it's no different. That's why nobody's claiming like, you know, hey man, that was my idea. No one's claiming that somebody else stole their idea, because there is no stealing any ideas, because everything is the freaking same. Everything everybody's talking about is the same stuff. They're just changing their terminology and using lingo that fits them. You know, the jackpot method or whatever, the jackpot strategy, or, you know, the chicken scratch strategy. I don't know, just whatever they want to call it, you know. But once you dig into it, it's like, oh, this is this is the same strategy I've seen 12 other people talk about, you know. So you can buy a course from somebody else and just talk about the same thing using the same lingos. And you can even create your own lingos, right? You can do all that stuff. So that's how this goes, right? The first part of all this is you got to case around the internet. You got to go and search for the information. And the faster you gain access to certain detailed information, the faster you're going to kick off your little posing content. So this is the first part of that. The next video, we're going to talk about starting the YouTube channel, how they kind of get the YouTube channel kicked off. So stay tuned for that.